Dobra večer, Dragomir, that I found out that I should greet you like this because how the America is treating you? Because I guess that a few days ago we were in American Music Awards and you are
Yeah,
in the middle of your Rebel is Back tour in America. So how the America is treating you?
amazing. The tour is crazy. Every show gets better. The audience gets wilder. It's going from city to city, visiting all parts of America, and it's amazing. The shows keep getting better with each show. So I'm really excited. The 10 shows are behind us, and now we have 25 more to go. So I think it's just gonna get more and more intense.
Yeah. The Slovak audience will see you in the November. Before you have some concerts. I guess the first in Europe is in Vienna, and then of course the other countries like Belgium and Netherlands and Germany. Is there any difference for you as a performer when you come in the interaction with the audience in the US or, for example, in the Asia or and in the old classical Europe, which is the kind of like a cradle of the classical music?
Well, I mean, my shows are always, full of adrenaline, full of energy. It's like a big spectacle. Actually, I always get similar reaction from audience wherever I go because my music is so universal. It speaks equally to every part of the world. So wherever I come, audience just, in the end of the show, they go crazy, they dance, but my show is very diverse. It's like a whole journey. It starts with some classical music, some romantic, some movie music, and then becomes a crazy, party, the
Yeah.
Latin stuff and the rock and roll. So it's like a complete journey.
I actually noticed on your Instagram account that you were doing some kind of fusion with the country singers, if I'm not mistaken. How was it?
I don't think so. Country.
No, I mean like they look maybe country. Maybe there was a concert in Austin and Texas,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, because I was wearing hats when I was in Texas, because this is like a symbol of Texas country music, and I have also guest artists on my tour, and Caroline, she's an American violinist, and she can play some country songs, so it's cool, yeah.
can you imagine also to reinterpret some country classic for the audience, or did you do that already?
I mean, definitely, yeah. I mean, there is nothing you cannot do on cello. Cello is such a universal instrument, and you can make any song sound good on cello. I would say even better than original, because cello always gives this extra dimension, this warm sound.
What is interesting that when you are talking about the instrument, about the cello, a lot of people think that the cello is actually very melancholic tool, very very melancholic instrument. But I guess that you are the proof that it doesn't have to be this way. It can
Yeah,
be
yeah.
really vivid and wild and everything. But I guess it has something to do also with your personality and your approach to the music. Or
Yeah, I mean, you can use cello in so many ways, You can make people cry because it's so melancholic and romantic and sad, but then you can also use it as a rock instrument you can use it in so many different ways. You can play it like a guitar, with pizzicato. You can play it high like violin, low like a double bass. You can hit it like drums. The possibilities are endless, and no other instrument has so many possibilities like cello.
I saw shortly before this interview, your interview on your channel on YouTube, where you holding in the hands 300 years old
Oh, yeah, yeah,
instrument.
yeah.
Do you ever going with this kind of instruments to the tour, or it's only for the special occasion and for the recording in the studios?
Yeah, it's only for special occasions because on tour it will be a big responsibility. And also my shows are crazy and I'm going crazy,
Yeah.
so cannot do all these crazy things with this kind of cello. I'm rolling on the floor, I'm jumping into the audience, I'm running around.
Yeah, 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 I know.
It will be a big risk to do it on Stradivarius.
You would have to have then the good insurance, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, but
Imagine
when
putting
you
it on
when
fire.
sorry.
I put it on fire like Jimi Hendrix.
Okay, but when you have this kind of tool in the hand, this kind of instrument, which has not only the quality, but it also has this history, and so many people already touch it and play it. Do you maybe sometimes even feel this connection to previous musicians who were like working on this kind of instrument?
Yeah, you can really smell the history because so many great artists have played it before you, and now it's your turn, and you feel like a responsibility. And it's like a piece of art, you know. These kind of cellos are like because it has a value, historical value as well, not just as an instrument. So yeah, it's incredible feeling when you touch this kind of instrument. You always feel like it's something sacred, you know.
Yeah.
You're careful with it, like it's your baby.
You interpret the classical music, the classics, but very famous. You became also with the version of the modern stuff, and that is also really what interests me. Like, what is the decision, or what is the decision maker for you? How do you decide that this piece from the current modern music is the Hauser worthy? Like, why you didn't choose to make on a cello the Living La Vida Loca or a Smooth Criminal or something like that?
Uh,
That
I
what makes the modern music piece the Hauser worthy? That you decide, okay,
yeah,
this is the piece what I will do in my reinterpretation.
yeah. I mean, it has to have something like I have to love the energy of the song. It needs to, you know, when I heard the song, I envision myself, you know, like, oh, this would be cool on the show. This would be cool, you know, on the cello. It has to have certain riff or certain melody or something that you can hear it on the cello. And I hear it also already with other musicians on stage. I'm like imagining it. How would this sound with everyone rocking out and audience going crazy? And yeah, as soon as I hear the song, I get ideas from the start.
And is there any song what is for you the secret the sacred that you say that okay, this one I will never touch?
Oh,
So we will touch everything.
you can touch anything because on cello is capable of doing every song, all kinds of music.
Yeah. Stepan, you played, I mean, in front of the really a lot of big personalities. You have there in the list the Queen Elizabeth, King Charles, Pope Francis, Oprah Winfrey. Is there any difference when you are performing in a very intimate setting and for these kind of individuals and between the playing for the thousands of the people in the arena?
Uh, for me, it's always the same because for me, music comes naturally out of me. And when I take cello, I feel like some higher power just enters my body and just, you know, I connect with whoever is there and I don't feel any difference. It can be the queen, it can be the audience, it can be whoever. I just love performing for people and it's always the basically the same feeling and it's the most beautiful feeling in the world.
What is for you the more important on your concerts to create this kind of really vivid and wild energy and the connection with the people, or more to enjoy these intimate moments with the audience? Because the cello can do both. So,
I like everything. I like, you know, when you play small theaters, you can feel everyone there. You can see them, their faces. But in big arenas, it's another kind of energy. So I like to experience both of the worlds, and I'm lucky to that I have this opportunity to really feel all kinds of worlds. I can feel classical musician life. I can feel a rock star life. I can feel everything. And so this is a full experience. Nothing is really missing.
and when it comes to your stage persona, because I don't know if it's the really Stepan or it's only the Stepan on the stage, because some of the artists have it like this, that they are very kind of melancholic and very like I know downgraded in the privacy. How is it going with you? Or are you the same also in the private?
Yeah, I'm always like on stage, you know. My life is a showtime the whole time. It's always a good atmosphere, good mood, crazy ideas, and well, what you see on stage, this is the real me. I'm not faking
Playing.
it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you think does it have it something together, or is it based in your roots? I mean, in the Balkanic roots and the Croatian roots. That is has something to do, which is really typical for the Croatian, like a people.
maybe. Yeah, we are crazy a little.
I'm going there often for the holiday, and I have the feeling that you are like this. So maybe
Yeah,
it's something like what is coming in the blood.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
When did you do the work with the artists like Andrea Bocelli, or you play also with the Elton John and the U2? There is something different because on the stage you are on your own. You are as the artist himself as a main star, but then you suddenly, when you are in the studio and you have to work with one, do you have to a little bit step it back on
Yeah,
and follow their vision?
yes, I have this good ability to adjust, you know, to every situation. I'm like a chameleon, you know. And every time I play for with someone, we just connect on a different level. And depending on who is the collaborator, the energy shifts. It's always, you know, you always someone always brings something else in you, you know. It's not going to be the same. For example, playing some beautiful opera with Bocelli, or rocking out with Aerosmith, or doing a song with U2, or being on tour with Elton. It's all totally different setup, different energy, and it's beautiful. You can experience all the variety. And it just shows that cello can fit into every genre, every kind of music, which is incredible.
Is there any dream for you from the current musicians in the world and the artists? Who would you like to work with and to play with?
I mean, nowadays, these young people, I don't see anyone that interests me, because nowadays music is very, you know, dry, no melody, not something that I enjoy, you know. So who knows? Maybe in the future there will be someone, but for now, I don't get these trends without melody, without rhythm, without lyrics are not good. I don't mean, I miss those old songs, you know, those old songs that touch your soul, those evergreens.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. But on the other hand, when you take it, like for example, like because you often like you have now the tour, the Rebel is back, and before it was the also Rebel with cello. And when you take in the classical music, like for example, the Ludwig van Beethoven or the Igor Stravinsky, they were also kind of rebels because they start to do the music different way and also change the rhythm, or suddenly they make a dissonance there. So maybe in few years you will see that also this music will be really interesting.
Okay, yeah, maybe, yes.
I have only that. How do you personally define your success? Because I mean, you are one of the most successful classical musician, and I don't want to say classical because you are really working on different areas. But one of the most successful musicians who are playing right now. So, do you have some recipe for that, or?
Yeah, just, you know, find your own way, be yourself, be original, don't copy anyone. Now we live in a world when everyone is trying to copy everyone, but you need to find your own voice, your own way of playing, and see what speaks to your heart the most, you know, where do you feel the most comfortable, you know? How do you want to express yourself? And once you figure this out, then everything becomes easy because it comes authentically from you. And everything that is authentic, it's powerful and people can feel it. Yeah.
And do you think was it harder for you because you are coming from a small country? Like it's harder for the Slovak artists or the Czech artists who are also very talented, but they cannot really reach the worldwide audience?
I think nowadays, in time of internet, it's everything is possible, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, we don't have these limits as we used to have in the past. So I think everyone can try and express themselves, and, you know, the miracles can happen if you keep going and not give up. And yeah, consistency, this is the key.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. Okay, I have last questions because like we are talking about the tour and the concert in Bratislava. It will be in November. So do you have any special message for the Slovak fans when you see them in November?
Yeah. My dear Slovakian fans, I can't wait to be back in Bratislava and play for you again. The last year concert was unforgettable. I still feel the energy in the air, and now we are gonna make it even more unforgettable.
Okay, thank you very much. So
Thank you so
hopefully we
much.
see each other there. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, ciao.